A warm welcome to TV Africa News and thank you for always joining us. This is Africa Today. My name is Najuma Luima, but first are the headlines. Uganda MPs swear in at Pan-African Parliament and vote to promote Pan-Africanism. Uganda and Democratic Republic of Congo sign an agreement to start road construction. Germany recognizes mass killings in Namibia as genocide. And in sports, AFCON Under-20 top scorer Kakoza humbled for Uganda Cranes senior team call-up. A warm welcome once again. Now the news in detail. 5 members of parliament have been sworn in to join the Pan-African Parliament representing Uganda at the Continental Institution based in Midrand, South Africa. The Pan-African Parliament is the legislative arm of the African Union comprising members from national parliaments of AU member states. We have more. The 5 positions to the Pan-African Parliament are shared out among the majority party, NRM taking 3, while independents and the official opposition, National Unit Platform, take 1 seat each. Uganda's members include Honorable Anifa Bangirana Kawoya of NRM from Maugura West and Honorable Felix Okot Ongong of NRM from Dokoro South, who are returning to the parliament for the second term, having been part of Uganda's delegation there during the 10th Parliament. Others are 2 first-timers in Parliament of Uganda, Honorable Juliet Achayo Lodu of NRM from Ngoro and Honorable Elik Musana, an independent from Buyaga East, and Honorable Patrick Nsamba Oshabe of NUP from Kasanda North. Honorable Achayo said that the creation of the Continental Parliament is based on the ideology of Pan-Africanism, which encourages the solidarity of Africans worldwide. The members saw in at the start of the ongoing 4th ordinary session of the 5th Pan-African Parliament, presided over by Acting President Chief Fortune Charumbira under the AU theme for 2021, Year of the Arts, Culture and Heritage, Levers for Building the Africa We Want. Uganda and Democratic Republic of Congo have signed major agreements that will see the 2 countries bolster cross-border trade, development and the stabilization of Eastern Congo in a bid to promote Pan-Africanism that emphasizes Africans finding solutions for their problems. Kachanchu reports.
The signing ceremony that was held on Thursday at State House Entebbe is a follow-up to the meeting between President Yoweri Museveni and President Felix Tshisekedi that recently took place at State House Entebbe when he was in the country to attend Museveni's swearing-in ceremony at Kololo. Museveni signed the intergovernmental agreement on behalf of Uganda, while Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs Christophe Tundula signed on behalf of the Democratic Republic of Congo. The signing was witnessed by new Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah. On the same occasion, a project development agreement was signed between the 2 countries on cross-border roads. The Permanent Secretary of Works and Transport, Bageya Waiso, signed on behalf of Uganda, while Democratic Republic of Congo Minister of State for Infrastructure and Public Works Alex Gisaro Muvunyi signed on behalf of the Democratic Republic of Congo. This was witnessed by the new Deputy Speaker Annette Amongi. Speaking shortly after the signing ceremony, Museveni expressed gratitude to Tshisekedi and the government of the Republic of Congo for accepting to partner with Uganda government in the 3 crucial sectors of roads, electricity and security that he said are the pillars of development to any nation. On his part, Christophe Tundula, who delivered a special message from Tshisekedi, said he trusts Museveni in 3 areas of roads, electricity and security and believes that once implemented, the needs of the people will be met. He added that Tshisekedi was happy with Museveni's Pan-African stand that emphasizes Africans finding solutions for their problems.
Moving on, the National Unity Platform Vice President for Buganda Region, Matthias Impuga, has been appointed the leader of opposition in the 11th Parliament, replacing FDC's Betty Awol Achan, whose party no longer makes majority opposition in Parliament. We have more.
While addressing the media about the appointments at the party headquarters in Kamwacha on Thursday 28th May, the National Unity Platform Secretary General David Lewis Rubongoya said that the party, through its different leadership organs, constituted the leadership of the minority in the 11th Parliament of Uganda.
The opposition chief whip in Parliament, the Honourable John Baptist Nambeshe, Member of Parliament for Manjia County in Buda District. Deputy Chief Opposition Whip in Parliament, Honourable Chibakuka Angeli, Jinja City, Woman Member of Parliament. Commissioner of Parliament, the Honourable Sake Francis Butebi.
According to the appointments, the Manjia County legislator John Baptist Nambeshe has become the opposition chief whip, replacing Forum for Democratic Change's Ibrahim Semujunganda, while Busiro East County Member of Parliament Medad Segona will now head the Public Accounts Committee and will be deputized by Jemas Asuman Vasalirwa.
We are different, but we can work together. And this will be part of my participation to invite. Already I have comrades from across the different parties that have expressed desire to work with us, and I will embrace them. I will also invite their party leaders to embrace that need, because if we do not find it essential, because we dislike individuals, the challenge is that our disposal should be a cause enough to unite us.
The all-men appointments are ensured that Mityana Municipality Member of Parliament Zake Francis Mutebi becomes the Parliament Commissioner, replacing Forum for Democratic Change's Francis Mwijuki, while Nakawa West MP Joel Senyonyi becomes Chairman of Committee on Commissions, Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises, which was initially under Forum for Democratic Change's Mubaraka Mnyagwa.
Away from that, Kabare University has conducted its 5th graduation ceremony as a public university today, Friday, 28th of May 2021, at the university campus in Western Uganda. In his communication to the graduates, parents and the general public, the academic registrar, Kabare University, cautioned all those who are willing to go for the event physically not to assemble on the university campus due to the prevailing new normal caused by COVID-19. The graduation saw a number of graduates with master's degree, first class, pioneer classes in bachelor's degree in civil, mechanical and electro engineering, bachelor of nursing science, diploma in anesthesia, and international students take the honor in virtually held ceremony. Due to COVID-19 guidelines, parents and guardians were not permitted to accompany the graduates to the ceremony, but rather were advised to follow the live stream on different platforms. Kabare University was first established as a community-owned private university, but was later formally taken over by the government of Uganda under Section 22 subsection 1 of the Universities and Other Tertiary Institutions Act 2001 through statutory instrument number 36 of 2015. Let's take a very quick short break. We will be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching TV Africa News, the right to know. Tens of thousands of people were stuck in kilometers of traffic jam, blocking the roads out of Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo as the eruption of the Mount Nyiragongo volcano has forced people to flee their homes in the town of Goma.
The streets in the southern part of Goma were congested with people walking or running, carrying mattresses, sports bags, or a few meager professions in plastic bags, and holding on to frightened children as they get their families to safety in fear of another volcanic eruption. General Konstantin Ndima, the military governor of North Kivu, said that right now they can't rule out an eruption on land or under the lake, which could happen very soon and without warning. Ndima said authorities had arranged transport towards Sake, around 20 kilometers west of Goma, in each of the 10 districts of the city affected. Many Congolese have decided to try find refuge in neighboring Rwanda. The Democratic Republic of Congo has been on high alert since Saturday as Africa's most active volcano erupted for the first time in almost 20 years. The volcano spewed out 2 rivers of molten rock during the eruption, one of which came a halt on the edge of Goma after obliterating villages in its wake.
In a key speech on his visit to Rwanda, French President Emmanuel Macron said he recognizes that France bears a heavy responsibility for the 1994 genocide in the Central African country, and he stopped short of an apology. While speaking on Thursday at the Genocide Memorial in the capital Kigali, the French leader said that France was not an accomplice in the genocide but ended up siding with Rwanda's genocidal regime and bore an overwhelming responsibility in the slide towards the massacres. Macron said that when the genocide started, the international community took close to 3 interminable months before reacting and abandoned hundreds of thousands of victims. Rwanda President Paul Kagame said that President Macron's words were something more valuable than an apology since they were the truth and showed an act of tremendous courage. Macron then toured the memorial to the frenzied 1994 slaughter in which Hutu extremists killed mainly minority Tutsis and moderate Hutus who tried to protect them. Macron said that he would come with 100,000 coronavirus vaccines for Rwanda. Kagame and Macron both signaled that a page had been turned in France-Rwanda ties. Moving on, Somalia's government announced on Thursday that delayed elections would be held within 60 days following months of deadlock over the vote that erupted into violence in the troubled country.
While reading the communication from the meeting, the Deputy Minister of Information in Somalia, Abdurrahman Yusuf, said that the National Consultative Forum agreed that the elections will be held within 60 days. In mid-April, the 2-year extension mandate of President Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed Farmajo expired on February 8 without elections being held, leading to violent clashes in the capital. In early May, Farmajo had tasked Prime Minister Mohamed Hussein to oversee that elections were held as soon as possible. The Prime Minister called for a meeting of all political leaders last Saturday, where they all agreed to hold elections within the next 60 days. The elections will maintain the same direct electoral system used in Somalia in the past, where special delegates nominated by clan head select parliamentarians, who in turn nominated the president. In a speech, the Prime Minister called it a historic day, saying the talks had been marked by respect, patience and compromise.
Away from that, Germany has formally recognized the killing of tens of thousands of people in Namibia in the early 20th century as genocide, according to the Foreign Ministry, and asked for forgiveness and establishing a fund worth more than €1 billion to support projects in the affected communities. Let's take a look. The recognition of the genocide was reached after 6 years of negotiations between the governments of Germany and Namibia, which Germany occupied as a colonial power from 1884 to 1915. Between 1904 and 1908, German soldiers led by German General Lothar von Trotha, who were sent to Namibia to put down an uprising by the Herero people, instructed his troops to kill and wipe out the entire tribe of about 65,000 Herero and 10,000 Nama, who had launched the biggest and last rebellion against the occupiers who had taken their lands. Germany's Foreign Minister Heiko Maas said in a statement that as a gesture of recognition of the immeasurable suffering inflicted on the victims, Germany committed to support Namibia and the victims' descendants with a substantial program of 1.1 billion euros for reconstruction and development. The Herero and Nama are minorities in a nation that has been led since independence by the Liberation Party, the Southwest Africa People's Organization, known as SWAPO, which is dominated by the Ovambo ethnic group. Historians estimate that German soldiers killed as many as 75% of the Herero and up to half of the Nama populations during the war from 1904 to 1908, although exact numbers are not known. Germany's President Frank-Walter Steinmeier intends to travel to Namibia this year to officially ask for forgiveness for the killings. Let's once again take a very quick short break. We will be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching TV Africa News, the right to know. In our business news today, experts are trying to figure out why COVID-19 seems relatively absent in Kinshasa, the buzzing, chaotic, and overcrowded capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo, which many inhabitants believe that the city has been spared through a miracle. We have more.
With an estimated population of about 17 million in the city that never sleeps, Kinshasa, which is famously known as Leopard City, because residents are always ready to defend themselves from attacks or pounce when necessary, seems not to be worried about COVID-19. When the coronavirus arrived from Europe in sub-Saharan Africa's second largest city in March 2020, residents feared the worst, but cases were concentrated in only the Gombe business district. Many of the disadvantaged came to view the virus as a distant evil, a disease of rich Congolese and white migrants limited to the Republic of Gombe. At the national level, many questions remain concerning the porosity of borders, reliability of test program, meager oxygen stocks, and the point of loosely enforced curfew imposed only in the heart of Kinshasa. Official national figures show 30,862 cases since March 2020, the vast majority in Kinshasa with 21,284 and 779 deaths. With the Indian variant already in Congo, President Felix Tshisekedi has warned his people even if Africa has received God's blessings with the little deaths compared to those in Europe or America.
In our health news today, Uganda's Ministry of Health has directed that all vaccines that have not been utilized at the districts be withdrawn with effect from today and redistributed in Kampala metropolitan area, where the infection rate by COVID is high. According to Dr. Henry Mwebesa, the Director of Health Services, a meeting of the Strategic Committee in consultation with the Scientific Advisory Committee and the Vaccine Advisory Committee held on 18th May 2021 resolved that vaccines be withdrawn from the poorly performing districts to avoid wastage and expiry of the vaccines due next month. In the meeting, Dr. Mwebesa said some districts, mainly in southwestern regions, have performed very well and have been allocated additional vaccines, while others, mainly in the eastern and northern regions, have performed poorly. It was resolved that unutilized vaccines from all districts be withdrawn as an emergency and given to the population most at risk. The vaccines, Dr. Mwebesa said, are due to expire on the 10th of July 2021. The Ministry of Health said that the withdrawn vaccines will be reprogrammed for vaccination of the population in Kampala metropolitan area, where the infection rate by COVID-19 is high. Ministry of Health said that penalties will be slapped on non-cooperative public servants owing to the importance attached to the vaccines. Uganda is currently experiencing a second wave of COVID-19 infections, with statistics showing that the number of cases and deaths are increasing. Ministry of Health data shows that the most affected age group is 20 to 39 years. In our sports news today, Police Football Club striker Derrick Kakoza, who was the tournament top scorer at the Africa Cup of Nations Under-20 Championship in Mauritania, is excited having made the grade to the senior team. Our reporter Kachanchi has more.
If all goes according to plan, forward Derrick Kakoza will earn his first senior team cap with Uganda Cranes take on South Africa Bafana Bafana during an international friendly match on 12th June 2021. Kakoza told journalists that this is a dream come true, which he had always wanted to graduate to the Uganda Cranes senior team and pledged to remain hardworking to maintain the form for the years. Kakoza is also making his debut in Uganda Premier League with Police Football Club, a club that he acknowledges having given him playing time and the due platform. He is among the many young players summoned for international friendly match, all of whom graduated from under-20 national team. Others include Aziz Kayondo, Gavin Kizito Mugerwa, Kenneth Semakula, Bobos Byaruhanga, Isma Mugurusi and Richard Basangwa. The team, captained by Emmanuel Arnold Okwi of Al Ittihad Alexandria Club in Egypt, starts training on Monday 31st May 2021 at the MTN Omondi Stadium Lugogo, under coaches Abdallah Mubiru, Charles Livingstone Mbabas and goalkeeping coach Fred Kajoba Kisitu.
Now, before we end our news bulletin today, let's take a recap of our top stories. Uganda MPs swear in at Pan-African Parliament and vote to promote Pan-Africanism. Uganda and Democratic Republic of Congo sign an agreement to start road construction. Germany recognizes mass killings in Namibia as genocide. And in sports, AFCON Under-20 top scorer Kakoza humbled for Uganda Cranes senior team call-up. That was the news. Thank you for always keeping it TV Africa. Please do stay tuned. More programming coming your way. And don't forget to always like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
This is Africa, and that was the news.